Hi guys, just have a mommy reflection to share with you today as I put the kids down for nap time, just reflecting on this morning, my attitude, their attitude, different things that have happened. Um, and I laid down and was closing my eyes just to get a break and have a short little nap before I attacked some chores and just praying as I was closing my eyes and drifting off to sleep, and the thought came into my head: what you sow, you grow. So we all have heard in the scriptures, or most of us have heard, that you reap what you sow. Um, and this is even an agricultural concept. What you put in the ground is going to grow. But in thinking about our legacy and our children, what we sow into their hearts, they sow into other hearts. They sow into other hearts. So in the span of eternity, what we sow into our children's hearts is what will be sown potentially into thousands of people's hearts beyond our lifetime, but not beyond the impact of eternity. I want my life to have the greatest impact for eternity, and I know you do too. But we have to look and see that what we see, even in our lifespan, is nothing compared to eternity. What we sow in our lifespan will grow into eternity. So I had a little bit of a challenge this morning in sowing righteousness into my children. First of all, I felt distracted today. I feel like I sowed distraction. There's so many things on my mind with Kevin's new diet and figuring things out. I need to do this and I need to do that. So I really feel like I sowed distraction in my children today. I sowed inconsistency. When they were doing something a little bit wrong, I needed to nip it in the bud right there, but instead I let things slide until I shouldn't have. I should just nip things in the bud, take care of them right there. So I was inconsistent. I sowed inconsistency and I sowed my own frustration. And on the flip side of that, I'm thinking this afternoon, what do I want to sow into my children? I want to sow into them attention, my attention. They are my priority. I want to sow into them direction, helping direct them with my attention so that they themselves don't get frustrated and discouraged because of the lack of direction. And I want to sow into them consistency. The verse that I am meditating on this afternoon during nap time is Galatians 6:9-10. It says, "Let us not lose heart in doing good, for in due time we will reap if we do not grow weary." And that due time might be beyond our lifetime. That's an eternity, or it's an immediate, or it's 10 years down the road. But this is God's word, and it says, "Do not lose heart in doing good, for in due time, whenever that is, we will reap if we do not grow weary." So then, while we have opportunity, I thought, my kids are going to be leaving the nest someday. This is my opportunity to sow into them. This is my opportunity doing good for them and sowing into their hearts so that they will sow into others, and I will have a great impact for eternity. So let us not lose heart in doing good, for in due time we will reap if we do not grow weary. So then, while we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, and especially to those who are of the household of the faith. So especially to other believers. But in my sphere of influence today, it's like especially to my own household. Household of the faith begins with our own household and our own children, and sowing into them God's love and sowing into them God's truth and God's word and compassion and righteousness and diligence and correction and all the things us mamas do day in and day out without being recognized. But it's worth it. We will have an impact for eternity. We will we will reap if we don't grow weary, and what we are doing is worth it. So go on, mamas, and think about this. What are you sowing into the hearts of your children? And think about it clearly. Are you sowing distraction, frustration, hurriedness, Are you being inconsistent? What are you sowing into the hearts of your children? And looking at those things, what do you want to sow into the hearts of your children? And what do you need to change in order to do those things? The Lord is with you, and the Lord has equipped you, and you have His word. You have all that you need to be the awesome mama. So go get Him. Love you guys.